Before getting into today's video, I just want to add a quick editor's note that this video was filmed in March, so it's been quite a while, so obviously a lot of this is out of date. The Orion Nebula can't even be seen anymore really in the northern hemisphere. That's where I am. So this is quite an old video, but I wanted to put it out anyway because I'm really proud of the result. So sorry for the delay in getting this one out from filming it, but I hope you enjoy it anyway, and yeah, thanks for watching. We've finally been getting some clearer skies in Scotland, so I've been able to get out with my camera at least one other time, and I'm going out tonight, I think, if it stays clear. So I've actually got some new data to use, which is fantastic. And since Orion is basically getting kind of like higher earlier and lower earlier as well, I guess, we're getting to the point where we're not going to be able to photograph much of Orion anymore, at least the northern hemisphere. Wow, words. So I recently shot the Horsehead Nebula because it's kind of one of my last chances, I think, to do it properly or give it like a good go. And I'm just going to process this. This is going to be a slightly different video. I'm just going to do this with like mostly uncut, honestly, unless I like just have really long bits where I say nothing. But it's just kind of, I'm going to put a little bit of background music going on, and just process with me like mostly in real time. I don't think it'll take me that long, but it might. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet, so we'll just see how this turns out. For some reason Photoshop keeps resetting all my settings. It's really annoying me. Right, so this is where we're at just as a TIFF file. I haven't done anything else yet, but you can already kind of see the flame nebula, which is fun. So I think I framed this in a way where the flame should be here and the horsehead should be still in shot, but I don't know. I'm really hoping it still is. So this isn't a tutorial. This is just kind of, oh, this is just literally doing just seeing what I do. Which might turn out good, might not turn out good. So I'm just gonna straight away crop all these little artifacts and stuff out, and then we'll kind of get going with it, I guess. Artifacts are always gonna happen. I think just my tracker isn't like properly aligned, so it does eventually like lose its like place, I guess. But I think with most things, like your tracker's always gonna kind of go a little bit weird. But I'm hoping the horsehead should be down here somewhere, but I don't know. I got a new lens recently. Well, like my husband and I got a new lens. We got a 150 to 600mm lens, which is awesome. So very excited to use that. Oh, that's the wrong button. Been very excited to use that. It's been great. Because obviously it's a big beefy lens. Why are all my shortcuts? My shortcuts aren't working. Why? Oh, because I'm not clicked on anything. That would make sense. So yeah, it's been very exciting to use that new lens. Why is this looking weird? This doesn't look right. Did I set this to the right thing? I did. This doesn't look right. Hang on. Let me reopen everything. Give me a second. Right, I just don't know if I maybe just didn't put it on the right mode when I changed it. So mode 16 bits. Oh, and then exposure and gamma. That is the right mode. I don't know. It doesn't look right. The histogram doesn't look right. Never seen it look like that before. Maybe it's fine. Maybe it's all right, and I'm just jumping the gun. I just feel like it's looking odd. Like it's not looking how I would expect it to look. And I'm not seeing the horsehead in here yet, which I feel like I should by now, but I don't know. It'd be really annoyed if oh no, I can see it like just in there, I think. I'd be a little bit annoyed if I didn't capture that at all and I cropped it out with the lens. I think trying to get framing with the, oh no, I see it now. Trying to get framing with a lens that you haven't used before and it's like a lot bigger of a lens is tricky. This looks really odd. Why does this look so odd? I've never seen it come out like this before, like kind of bluish. And like the histogram's really weird. I don't know, maybe it's fine. I hope this isn't like a massive fail because I spent a couple hours doing this. Yeah, it looks so blue. Why is it so blue? It's fine, we'll correct that. But I can see the horsehead coming through, which is nice. The last time I did this, I only had, I think, maybe like 25 minutes. This is when I first got my tracker. I only had like 25 minutes worth of data. So I didn't really get to do too much with it, really. Like, I didn't have a lot of data going on. And, I mean, it looked okay. You could still see the horsehead coming through, but not a lot. Definitely not as much as you can see it already. The flame nebula looks looking really cool, though. And I love how... Is it Alternac or is it Ornatac? I always forget how to pronounce this one, but I'm loving how that's looking. But this is the most I've shot. I think this is an hour and 25 minutes, which is really, really cool. At least for me, it's really, really cool. Maybe other people will be like, that's not even anything. Because it, honestly... For astrophotography, kind of isn't anything. let's be real. But I'm happy with it so far. That's like a decent progress for me. I could have stayed out later, but I didn't bring a flask, and I planned on staying out late. I just didn't stay out late for some reason, so, you know, whatever, I guess. But the Horsehead is looking so good. The Horsehead Nebula is my favourite one, to the point where when I was trying to get like a new Instagram name, because my Instagram that I use for like astro stuff was actually like an old beauty. No, it was originally like an art Instagram page, and then I made it into like a beauty one during COVID because I started doing like beauty YouTube, which is what this YouTube channel used to be. It was like a load of beauty stuff. If you wondered why you tried looking at like other things maybe on my channel and it's like all makeup, that's why. It's because it was originally beauty. And like hair and makeup and things like that. But yeah, when I was trying to find a new name for my Instagram, I was gonna go for something to do with like the Horsehead, or is it M33? No, B33, right? Isn't it for a Horsehead Nebula? Or someone will correct me. I think it's B33. I was gonna try and do something like that, but the reason I didn't do anything to do with a Horsehead is because I don't want people to think that I was like a horse girl. Like, I didn't want to have it anything like that. So I thought I'd just leave it as like Astro Serena and be like really basic like everyone else, and then Anne has done like an Astro name. Oh, that looks so pretty in there though. Okay, I might be tooting my own horn here. Like, some people are probably looking at this thinking, that's shit, what you're talking about. But like, this is the most detail I've got of the Horsehead, and the Flame Nebula looks really good. Just in my subs, you could see the Flame Nebula slightly, which is really, really cool. Yeah, look at that. Look at that, you can actually see it. Yeah, that's my favorite nebula, and to be honest, the reason why it's my favorite nebula, I will talk about it, but like, not too much because I might get sad. It's my favorite nebula because my dad did like, my favorite picture that my dad ever took was his of the Horsehead Nebula. And I wish I had the original. I think I might have it somewhere, but I don't know where it is if I do. But he obviously passed away. I think I've mentioned this before, but he passed away. So my favorite picture of his was the Horsehead. And yeah, I think it just is great. I think it's really cool nebula, and it's like not difficult to shoot, I guess. Is it? Like, I don't know, maybe it is, and I'm just like kidding myself, but sorry. Just the detail on that was really cool. That's so much. Oh my. Oh wow. The light pollution is going to annoy me a little bit, but that's fine. But yeah, like, it was my favorite picture that he ever took, so it's kind of like by proxy my favorite picture in general. But that's so nice. But I feel like, let's reset that. Could I just set that for the reds and not for like, because I don't really want to, it's going to bring out this bit anyway, isn't it? But I want to just bring it out only for the horse itself. Maybe I'll just get rid of that. Can I cancel that out? Hang on, let me just reset it. Hang on. Right. I just want to try and change it for the reds instead, and just see what happens if I do that. So that, and just bring that. Oh no, that just changes everything, doesn't it? Never mind, let's not do that. Let's just keep it as it is, RGB. So I could have just left that, but that's okay, that's fine. So do that, and just bring that up slightly. Like, it's kind of like doing a bit too much over that way. Like if I, yeah. But I feel like I can crop that out. Or I could do a gradient to try and fix that. Maybe. What if I... Looks very pretty, but I don't know if I'm liking that. This is why I'm like, oh, it shouldn't take me long, but it probably will take me a long time because I can't ever figure out what I want to do. It's a bit grainy too, but that's understandable. That is fine. I did kind of make a bit of a mistake. I didn't take my calibration frames, like all of them, directly after. Some of them I did, but some of them I didn't, because it got, like, I got home and I forgot my white t-shirt to do, like, the t-shirt part of it. You know what I mean? Like the light frames or the flat frames, sorry. I forgot that at home. So I had to do that when I got back, and then I forgot, and I actually left my camera on all night. Rookie mistake. Left my camera on all night, so the batteries went pretty flat. So I'm pretty sure I got spare ones, but so before I go out tonight, I'm gonna have to double check that. But yeah, I had to take my flat frames when I got home. So I think that might affect some sort of thermal noise, but I think the flat frames only really do like dust and stuff, right? That's all they really pick up. Everything else I did when I was like outside, so it should be okay. Maybe it won't be, who knows. Okay, I want to do this again, but I feel like I want to take some of the reds. So if I take it from like here, and then where's like a really black area? There. Don't know if I'm going about that the right way. I feel like it's doing something, but I don't really want it to touch the flame that much. Maybe that's okay. This part is really bad, but I'm going to put a gradient down there. I might do that next. I think I said before, but I think I'm in like a bottle 6 or 7, not to 6-7U, area. So I do get quite a lot of light pollution, so I need to correct that. So I think I'll do that just now. Which I've done this before, like a gradient layer, so like a camera or filter thing. Again, this isn't a tutorial. I'll see if I can find them all. I'll link a couple videos below for like what the ones that I've seen that have kind of helped me get some sort of knowledge on what I'm doing. I don't want to know. I don't care. But yeah, I'll link them somewhere in the description or something below, because you might find them helpful. I don't know. Maybe you will, maybe you won't. But they helped me at least, so I will put them somewhere at least. How is that looking? Can I preview that? Yeah, I can. Looking better, actually. It's not looking as overprocessed as it should, though. But I kind of like it. What if I lowered the exposure? Yeah. That's looking good. Wow, that... You don't realise how big of a difference it makes until you actually look at it again. You're like, oh my god. Wow. And let's warm it up just slightly. Oh, big difference, big difference. I'm not looking to make it like look exactly the same, because this is definitely a bit more overprocessed down here. Like ideally if it could all look like that, then I'd kind of prefer it, but it doesn't, so is what it is. I don't know if that's just the limitations that you get from like working for a camera, not like a telescope or something, and especially working in like a lighter area. I think that's definitely an issue, but yeah, I'm kind of liking that. I think it still looks a little bit cloudy there, but it's fine. I'm sure we'll be able to fix that at some point. I definitely think too, I'm going to crop it in, because I don't think we need any of this. I think this is just going to throw us off. If we like focus on that too much, it's just going to be a bit much. So bring that in, maybe? To like there? Should we rotate it as well? Should we have it like this way? This orientation? Why is it doing that? Let's just cancel that. I feel like if I'm gonna rotate it, I should do it when it's fully thingied and have it like that on like an angle, like fully uncropped. Then I can't really do that because of the artifacts. Could do it like that. This makes it a very much smaller picture, but it's not really small. It just looks more because I'm zoomed out. Maybe that's a good crop for it. Maybe that's nice. Oh, that's artsy. I usually don't change the orientation of when I take it, because when I take the pictures, I frame it how my camera is. Like, my camera is usually pretty level when I frame it, so I don't tend to change the orientation much, because I just don't think it needs it. Plus, you also then miss out on little corners. Like this one, I think that corner's a bit annoying, but I don't want to cut any more out, because I thought it was going to cut too much of the crop, if that makes sense. Like if I do that, is that fine? Maybe it's fine. Yeah, maybe that's fine. Maybe we'll just crop that little corner out. I was just always going to blend it, but I think that's alright. It does cut out a bit the gases down here, but I don't think that matters. I like how that looks. Oh, I really like this. This is like, I'm already kind of just like, yeah, done. Done. I'm not. I'm gonna do a little bit more to it. I think I would like to do the burn and dodge tool and stuff, but annoyingly, Photoshop keeps resetting my layout over here. So it should be like down to here, and I don't know how to like stop it from doing that. And I also don't know where that tool is, which is really annoying. I don't know what it's called. So it's quite annoying, to be honest. Like it's changed like all the workspace things up here, and I don't know. I don't know. So that's fun. I don't know where the tools are. Can I bring that out? Does that? No, that makes it bigger. Is it like this thing? No. Oh, there's the burn tool. Okay, there's that. So if I just... That looks too artificial. Yeah, I don't really like that. Let me just delete that layer and start again. Control Shift Alt E. Lovely. I don't know. I might add some saturation and vibrance to it. I feel like this isn't an accurate representation of how my editing usually goes, because usually it's a lot more chaotic than this. Oh, that's pretty. Usually I'm just like don't really know what I'm doing, and it usually takes me a lot longer than this. But I think because I've not done the Horsehead before, but I've kind of done a little bit of the Horsehead before. And like I've seen so many pictures. I think the Horsehead is probably one of the most like, would people say it's overrated? Because I think a lot of people do the Horsehead. But like I haven't done it properly yet, so whatever. I think it's maybe just like one of the most photographed ones, because it's quite an easy one, but also kind of hard. Like the Flame Nebula is really easy to get. I think the Horsehead obviously takes a little bit more practice, because I've got a few of the Flame, and like I said, in my sub the Flame was already there, so like I feel like the Flame is pretty easy to get. But the Horsehead I feel like is not, so you know, maybe it's definitely very overdone though, I think, but it's one of the ones that I really wanted to capture. In my first Instagram post, like technically first Instagram post on my Astro Instagram, I did say that I wanted to try and find, like not try to find, one of my goals was to photograph the Horsehead. And I mean, I think I've done it. I think after this one I've done it, because obviously I did already do it before, but this is definitely like, it's been done now. Like this is it. I will still do it again though, don't get me wrong. Absolutely will still do it again. I'll fuzzy this up, don't I? Yeah. Oh, but I don't want to include the Flame. I just want to get like... I might have to go through and manually do this, but I'm just going to try and get rid of some of the oranginess of these stars. I don't want any of this in here. How do I remove from... I don't want to do that. Modify selection. Nope. Select a mask. Don't think that's it. I've had issues with trying to figure out how to do this. It's definitely not that. Modify selection. Select board. No, I just did that a second ago. Transform selection. Nope. Sometimes I can find how to do this, and other times I can't find how to do this, and it's really kind of irritating. Okay, this is where I do it. Like I don't want any of the Flame involved at all. Like any of this in here. But now, like, where are the marching ants? I'm just gonna get rid of like everything in here possible, because I don't want the Flame to like lose any color. I want that to be very clearly orange. But obviously there are some orange stars in it, and I'm trying to get rid of the orange, so that's kind of a problem. And then if I just... hue and saturation. I kind of usually just do it this way, like the lazy way. And I just put the saturation right down, but I don't know if that's really done anything. I'm trying to see like any sort of color. I might just have to like manually go in and select these stars. Oh, it's because I'm clicking the wrong thing, idiot. What if I put the brightness all... Okay, no, it is selecting them then. Just not really a lot, and it's also got some with the Flame. Yeah, I'm gonna just deselect all of this, and I'm just gonna manually select it all. So, do a very small size. And I don't want really any hardness. I want it to be a pretty soft brush. And then how big is this brush? That's fine. So if I select, it's gonna like manually select loads. I'm gonna kind of avoid the flame itself. I'm gonna go for some of the bigger ones. You need to be careful inside the gases, because that's obviously, I don't want to change the colour of the gases that much. I just don't want to have like a load of these orange stars, which is like fine. Some people don't mind the orange. I don't mind them to some degree, but like all these little tiny ones I think just make the image look very noisy, and it's just kind of personal preference at the end of the day, isn't it? Like what you want to do and what you don't want to do. No one's forcing you to do any of this. No one's even forcing you to watch, so if you don't like how I'm doing this, you know. But I will take any feedback. Any constructive feedback I'll take. Just don't be like, you're doing that so wrong, the image looks ugly, you should give up. I haven't actually had any of that. I will say, I haven't had any of the comments like that, which I was expecting to some degree. Like, I feel like when you're a beginner in any sort of field, you always have those people that are like, oh, I love teaching people how to do things. I love it. I think it's great. And they're like, you're doing that wrong. You're awful. Give up, lol. I feel like you always get people like that. But so far, I haven't had anyone like that. And everyone that has been in the comments in previous videos and stuff has actually been really lovely for the most part. I don't think I've had anyone... Actually, not even for the most part. I genuinely don't think I've had anyone be like, your ass, give up. So... that's been quite nice. It's one of the least toxic environments I think I've put myself in, so that's great. But yeah, so I'm just selecting all of these. This is where it is a little bit like monotonous. I'm just trying to find ones of a similar size, and then I'll change my brush to be a little bit smaller, and then we'll do some of the really small ones. So that's everything from this side. Let's just get rid of that. I'll have to do like a really small brush in there for that. And then when I have finished selecting them, I'm going to like feather them just to make them a little bit more like faded out. So that there is, oh, that's a weird corner. If there is like any really harsh lines and stuff, it should fade out just a little bit nicer, just not be as harsh with the background. That's like, you know, completely obvious. Okay, let's do like a smaller brush now. Maybe actually a bit smaller than that. Yeah, like these little tiny, tiny baby ones. And I'm not going to get rid of all of them. I feel like having some orange in there makes sense. Obviously, if it's a completely like clear image, it won't make sense. And with having like the Horsehead Nebula being, well, the Horsehead and the Flame, mainly the Flame, having that so orange toned anyway, I think having orange dotted around the place does look nice. I think sometimes it can just be a bit too noisy. Like there's a lot of orange going on here. And that might be because of my camera, that might just be because that's what is around the area. I don't quite know. Maybe it's a little bit of both. Probably is a bit of both. But yeah, I think just having a little bit less of the orange looks better, in my opinion. Feel free to disagree. Isn't it like that orange light is older and further away? Like older and more distant? Isn't that what that is as well? That's looking like a good selection. I think there's still a lot of orange going around, but I think that's fine. And then I'm just going to do it like a you know, kind of cheaty way to change the hue and saturation, because I feel like it's just easier. So if I change the hue, let me turn the marching ants off. Can I turn them off from here? Not really. Or can I? Hang on. Is it Control H or Shift H? Control Alt H? Or is it Alt H? No, let me just cancel out of that. If I do Control H now and just hide the marching ants, is that... No. Okay, so I'm just going to zoom in, I think, but... where are the bigger stars? The bigger ones. Go like around here. I've not quite got all the shortcuts and stuff sorted out. That's the wrong layer adjustment. Hue and saturation. Okay, and I'm going to up the brightness just a little bit, and I'm going to put the saturation pretty far down, but I'm also going to change the hue to be a bit more blue, just to like counteract. Oh, it wasn't previewing for some reason. Maybe I don't want the lightness up. Maybe I want the lightness just regular. Just put that to 0. -0 makes no sense. Yeah, that's a big difference, but that might be too much. So maybe I'll put the saturation up. Haven't done this in a while. I've kind of forgotten how I usually did it, you know. Okay, I forgot that because it's already on that, you need to do it like that. Okay, that's fine. And then I put the saturation down. Is that it? It's a little bit laggy today. It's never normally this laggy. That's very blue. I don't want that blue. What does that do? Oh god, no. Okay, let me just... It's kind of hard to tell what it's going to look like, so let me just okay it. And then we'll deselect. And then we'll just see. Has that... Oh, it has done something. It's very subtle. I do think it looks better though. Like if you're kind of looking more in this area where it's quite orangey, it looks different and a little bit better. It just takes a lot of the orange away and makes it look a bit more of a clear canvas, I think. So I do like it. I wish I did a little bit more, but I'm not going to go around and select all this stuff again. Unless I can do like select and reselect. Is that a thing? Oh, I can. I love that. Cool. Okay, let me just go in then and do the same thing. So hue saturation. I think I'm just going to turn the saturation in general down and then up the brightness by like 3. And just okay it. And then... In fact, you can reselect and deselect is really good. Okay, that's looking better. Yeah. I don't think you'd be able to tell that I really did that if you didn't know, which I think is the goal. I feel like with editing, things like this, you kind of want to do a little bit more, a little bit less, because less is more, you know? Okay, lovely. And then I kind of want to do... I don't know. I want to add a bit more depth to this, but I also don't at the same time. But I don't want to do brightness and contrast because that's not really what I'm after. Like maybe downing the brightness a little bit, but is that really what I want? Maybe like a little bit. Yeah, okay. And then I'm gonna try... Can I push it just a little bit more with this? Or is that too far now? It's brought some more colour out, but it's also kind of blowing the star out a bit more, and I don't know if I like that. No, I won't do that. What if I just try and do like another curves adjustment? And I'll do it again on the red. And I'll put the black over here. Just like a little bit more. That's definitely too much, isn't it? Definitely too much. I don't hate how it looks. I think it is bringing the red out, but I think it's just making it look a bit noisy. So I'm gonna just bring that. Can I bring just like a separate bit down here? Kind of bring that out and down, or does that really change much? I don't know. Did that do anything doing that? Oh, it changed. Okay, let's not do that then. No, I didn't realize what that did. So let me just reset that. Oh, I did something. So I want to do again the red. Let's do like a marker for the bright white. And like a kind of another one for like the duller white. And then a black. So I want to change the red slightly. I don't know if that's going to change anything. Like, oh no, I don't want that. Unless I bring the white up as well. That's really, really subtle. It's made the red pop just slightly in the horse head. Okay. I don't know if that's really done much. This is like, the histogram's gone a bit weird now, so what if I just change... I won't even keep this, I don't think, but... Yeah, because I don't want to get rid of all the red data. I don't want to clip anything. Although... I do like that, just clipping the red out a little bit more. Maybe I don't do that, maybe I'll just add a bit more blue into it. So that instead of taking data out, maybe I put a bit more in. Just change the blue and just add a bit of... No, I think actually adding the data in was better. Like clipping the data out, sorry. Okay. Red and just getting rid of just a tiny bit. Like that. Is that better or worse? I really can't tell. I feel like you can sometimes get like editor eyes, right? I think it looks better. I think it makes the red pop out just a little bit more. And then let's just do another vibrant saturation one. Or is that too artificial if I do that? I like it on this bit, I just don't like it on this bit. Suppose I could do, like, I could erase it from that. So how about I just do that, right? And then I get the eraser tool, whatever the hell that is that it? Healing brush. Where's the eraser tool? Ah, here's all the other tools, got it. Eraser tool, give me that please. And I'm just gonna erase it from here because I don't want this to have as much saturation as it did have, so I'm just gonna feather it out a little bit. And then if you see, like, if I deleted all these layers or like hid all these layers under here, like, it just becomes like a thing, like a blob. I don't need to rename all these, but I think just that makes it a little bit better. But actually, let me delete that and then duplicate it again. I think that brush is actually too big. Yeah, it's a massive brush. And I want... No, I don't want any hardness to it. Make it a bit smaller. I can just do like a bit more of a select... Oh, that's far too small. I feel like the brushes go from like 300 to like 3000 in 2 seconds. It's really hard to control the brush. Like from there, it just went to like 495 up to what, 1102. Why could I not make it like slowly bigger than that? I know there's like a shortcut, like you can use the brackets and stuff, but I don't know, whenever I've used it, it just doesn't really like to work for me. Okay, let's use like 900. Opacity is very low as well. So I just want to erase it around from here. Ah, okay, neighbour, shut the fuck up. And then let's do it again. And then just do it again. Just a bit, going out a little bit more every time. I can't really see what I'm doing. I'm just kind of like guessing that what I'm doing is right. But like that just makes no difference at all. What the fuck did I do that for? Wait, I'm so confused. Oh, did I? Oh, I'm stupid. I'm doing all that and I literally got rid of the saturation. But maybe that's good. Maybe now that I've removed it, I can just up the saturation a little bit. I'm stupid. No, that's not what I wanted. Vibrance to saturation. I think because vibrance to saturation is under just the vibrance tab, it really confuses me sometimes. But if I up that just a little bit, it should then go into the horsehead like I wanted it to. And it shouldn't really go on the flame at all. The tiniest little bit because it's not full opacity. But that's fine, it's just not as stark anymore. That's good. And then I do want to use the burn tool, but I also don't because I feel like it's not turning out how I want it to turn out. I feel like it's looking too synthetic when I do that. Oh, that's a bit close, isn't it? The exposure's down a lot. There's no hardness to it. Let's just like do it a little bit along the line. Yeah, like it's too much. Like, I don't really understand how this tool works. Like, do I turn the exposure down more? Or do I turn it up? No, down is good. This is very low exposure, just so I can add like little bits of detail, but not a lot. And I can also do it a little bit inside the flame. That would look good, I think. How does that look? Maybe a little bit obvious. What if I put the opacity of this down? I'm saying it's a little bit obvious. I feel like if you looked at the image, you wouldn't think it, but because I could see the before and after, it just looks too obvious. Do you know what I mean? So now, yeah, just like a little pop. I think that's fine. I'm really liking how this looks. I think I might do the tiniest little bit inside this, right? What's wrong? Why? Why? Oh, I'm not clicking on a layer. So stupid. Just the tiniest bit around this little star. Just to make that really pop out. Yeah, I like that. And I think I'm kind of done. I don't know. I like how that looks. I really do. I think that looks really good. Yeah. I'm impressed with myself. I'm proud. I'm really proud that I got this image for one. And just for two, I really like how this looks. Like, I did this. Like, it's not... I've only been doing astrophotography for like 6 months, if that. I've been taking pictures of the stars, kind of, but I've not been doing images like this for that long. Like, I think I started maybe like late October, so I've not really been doing astrophotography for that long at all, and I've managed to get this, which is really, really cool. And yeah, I just like it. One other thing I'm gonna do is just see if I can reduce any noise. I don't quite know how the reduce noise filter works yet, so I feel like a lot of it is just like it plays with your eyes. So I want to reduce the color noise quite a lot, because I sometimes feel like the reduce noise filter just makes it look more noisy, but I don't really know how to tell yet. So, oh, because I've got a runny nose. Let's just okay that and see what that does. Because oh no. See what I mean? Like, I just feel like it doesn't actually reduce noise. I feel like it just makes it look weird. No, I'm gonna get rid of that. I'm gonna get rid of that. Maybe I can sharpen it slightly then. Unsharp mask, I think, is what you should do. But again, I feel like this just doesn't look right until you do it. Yeah, no, I don't like it. I just don't like it. No. I was gonna do one more thing, and I've forgotten what I was gonna do. Oh, I was gonna do like another gradient. I was gonna do another camera raw filter thingy, just to see if it would look good on this side. It might not. I might get rid of it, but I feel like I just want to make this bit a little bit less blue, a little bit more dark. So let's go into another linear gradient. Wrong way. And I just want to do it from like here. Just from like there. And just put the exposure down a wee bit. And the contrast down a wee bit. And maybe... No, not the saturation. I don't know, I feel like it just looks a bit blue, but I don't really want to change the temperature because I want to warm it up. But maybe just like a slight bit of warming up would look good, or is that too much? Maybe the slightest bit. I think this makes this bit look too orangey though, so I'm kind of fighting myself right now what I want to do with it. Maybe just like a little bit less. We'll go for like half. I know it's such a small little detail, but and do I want to up the black slightly? Oh no, that's done it lower. Okay, so how does that look? Yeah, okay. And I'm sure there was a setting called vignetting at one point, but I think that's only if you go into like a certain bit. And I don't think I'm on the right bit for that, so... Can I dehaze? No, that doesn't really do what I wanted to do. That's fine. Yeah, I think that's just like in general. I don't think that's like all of this. So how about I do that? Maybe I'd like add a vignette in. So if I go just into, let me just, should have done this before in the last one. I think just this bit looks really odd. That little bit there, but it's fine. Maybe that's just me being really picky now. Camera raw filter. And I think it's just in general, if you don't put a gradient on it, there's like a vignette thing. I want it in this corner only though. I might just have to manually paint it in. I think that might be better. Wait, did I not do what I wanted to do? Filter. Oh, I clicked on the wrong thing. That's why. Where is that? Yeah, down here. Maybe I do want that there. That's helped a lot, actually. I think it looks fine over here because it's already darker over there, but this side just looks quite bright, so maybe that's fine. Yeah, it's not often that you want to add a vignette in. I mean, it kind of is, like Instagram filters and all that. But I like how this turned out. I'm very, very impressed with myself. I can't lie. Some people might think it's not that great. I mean, it's definitely got a lot of work to go. I mean, you see all the other pictures of the horse head. It's, you know, they're a lot better than this one. However, I'm going to give myself credit where credit is due. I'm very bad at, like, discrediting myself, where I've actually done, like, a decent job, and, you know, I'm very bad at playing my efforts down, like, my skill set down, I guess. But I think I did a really good job with this. I think it's not perfect, but it is really, really good for, I think, my level. And I could have done some different things in processing. I know, obviously, you can do, like, star masks and stuff. Maybe if I did a star mask through Cyril, because I feel like I'm gonna get some comments about, you should use Cyril. I know I should probably use Cyril, but I'm not going to use Cyril. Sorry. I just, at the moment, it is too complicated for me to wrap my head around. I want to get the basics down before I actually start properly doing some of the work. But I reckon if I used Cyril, I could have got a better result in some respects, but not in other respects. So we'll see. But I do like this. I really am happy with how it's come out. So yeah, thank you for just processing with me and just sitting and vibing. Hopefully you enjoyed. And yeah, I wish you clear skies. I'm gonna make some dinner and go out and maybe get some more. I'm gonna try the Whirlpool Galaxy maybe. But yeah, I wish you clear skies, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.